Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Glen E. Severson Memorial Field, and welcome back into the NCC Sports Desk here on Game Day Media. I'm Carter Longi, joined by David Peterson for game number 2 of our triangular here in Ray, North Dakota, and this American Legion baseball-filled night. In this game number 2, we're going to have the Tioga Post 139 Patriots taking on the Post 75 Crosby Cubs, and the Cubs will be the home team on the scoreboard this time. The Patriots will be the visiting team on the scoreboard this time around. Again, Crosby already played one game tonight. They just lost to Ray in their first game, 11-6. And Tioga, as for them, they have not played yet tonight, but they are getting in some action here. And then they're also going to take on Ray later tonight in a continuation of their last game. Crosby and Tioga just faced off a couple of weeks ago. Tioga ended up winning 5-4 on a walk-off hit by pitch. James Fierros was hit by a pitch, and when the little kind of rally started for Tioga, they had 2 outs. Weston Lallam hit a single, got himself on base, and then eventually threw a couple of walks, and I believe Brennan Johnson picked himself up a hit. Tioga was eventually able to get themselves into a position where they were able to get the hit by pitch for Fierros, and the run was walked in, and Tioga found themselves with a one-run victory, and it's, to this point, still been their only victory on the year, so maybe a chance for Tioga to pick up another one right here against Crosby. Let's take a moment to meet our Bank of Tioga starting lineups. First, for the visiting Tioga Post 139 Patriots on the scoreboard. Batting first in their order will be number 6, Dominic Fosberg. He'll be in center field. Batting second, wearing number 11, will be Jörg Loveridge, the shortstop. Batting third, wearing number 9, will be Casey Odiard, the first baseman. Batting fourth, wearing number 14, will be James Fierros. He'll be at third. Batting fifth, wearing number 13, will be Ashton Weathersby. He'll be on the mound tonight for the Patriots. Batting sixth, number 25, Weston Lallam, will be at second base. Batting seventh, number 5, Tristan Miller, will be catching tonight. Batting eighth, number 23, Jaden Weathersby, will be in right field. Batting ninth will be number 18, Jaron Ron, and he will be in left field for the Patriots. Also, tonight, the head coach for the Patriots, the acting head coach, will be Jace Lallam. Typical head coach Randy Peterson is out tonight for the Patriots. I believe I was told by a source close to the situation that he's gone celebrating his 80th birthday. So big happy birthday to Randy if he's out there listening.
Not celebrating his 80th birthday.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, he's not 80, is he?
He's not
yeah,
80.
I was going to say.
Heavens, no. Sorry, Randy. He's down in Denver, Colorado. Big shout-out to my great-uncle, Daniel Peterson, my grandpa's brother. Just turned 80 this weekend, so happy birthday to you, Daniel. Your Divide County, probably where some of your heart is at, up in Divide County. Wishing you all the best from here at Glen Severson Memorial Field in Ray, North Dakota, as we bring you live action on Game Day Media between the Crosby Cubs and the Tioga Patriots. Casey Odegaard up to bat first. No, this Dominic Fosberg.
A little bit different here.
Yeah,
Patriots not leading off.
Patriots got a different lineup tonight as they're missing a couple of their key players. They're probably big power hitter, the 6'7" Brennan Johnson's out playing basketball as Fosberg lines one to the shortstop for out number 1.
But yeah, I got to backtrack there. Big sword of Randy. I kind of got rolling there, and I didn't really realize what I was saying. But, Randy, I'm well aware that you were not 80, so my apologies there. But, yeah, Fosberg lines out to start the game. And, yeah, as David was kind of mentioning, Tioga very short-handed today. Brennan's gone. Also, we mentioned Casey's not leading off. Casey also not in either of his typical positions as Loveridge hits a fly ball out into left field. That's Jörg Loveridge. And making the play out there is Marcus Shaw. And so that's going to be out number 2. But as I was saying, Casey Odiard not in either of his typical positions tonight either. He's at first base dealing with some tendonitis. So would have been kind of difficult for him to make the throws over from shortstop or from behind the plate or even, of course, from the mound where he also finds himself quite often. So guys are kind of shifted around tonight for the Patriots, but we'll just kind of have to watch and see how they adapt to it, as now it is Odegaard into the box, the first baseman again tonight for Patriots. Wears number 9 and has been one of their most efficient players all season long. He has 13 hits on the year, second on the team. He has a batting average of 419, also second on the team. And, second on the team, probably a lot of stats, second or first, as Odiard hits one out into right field, and that one's going to end up going foul. So we have another chance at the plate here.
Yeah, Casey coming off a real successful high school baseball season for the Tioga Pirates, being named to the all-region team for the Pirates. Him alongside Brennan Johnson, both all-region candidates for Randy's high school Tioga Pirates. A very successful career thus far for Casey, entering his senior year.
And just as we were kind of hyping him up, he watches strike number 3, and that's going to be the third out here in the top of the first inning. And so 3 up, 3 down there for Bowling and the Cubs. And so we'll head to the bottom of 1 with our score still 0-0 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. I'm Carter Longy here alongside David Peterson. We'll be right back on Game Day Media.
Born and raised amidst the small-town love of Northwest North Dakota, we at Northwest Communications Cooperative understand the joy of being part of a great community. That's why we choose to pour back into the people who pour into us. At NCC, we offer internet, telephone, video, and security services that are industry standard, top of the line. Based in Ray, North Dakota, we consider Northwest North Dakota our neighborhood. Let us know how we can serve you. Local, fast, reliable. Making connections, locally committed.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
Welcome back to Glen E. Severson Memorial Stadium here in Ray, North Dakota, and welcome back to the NCC Sports Desk here on Game Day Media. We got game number 2 in our triangular. It's Tioga and Crosby. Crosby up to the plate for the first time in this one in the bottom of the first inning. On the mound for Tioga today is going to be Ashton Weathersby, and first at the plate for the Crosby Cubs to get them going in this one will be number 1, Landon Hubble, and he's at first base in today's matchup as Weathersby delivers a second pitch strike. Tioga pretty quickly out of that first inning. Put the ball in play a couple of times, but unable to get anything to turn into a hit as Weathersby gets a swing and a miss out of Hubble on pitch number 3 there. 1-2 now the count. Landon Hubble batting for an average of .250 coming into today's triangular. Now he puts this one into play. It's at the second baseman, Lallum. Didn't get his body in front of it, so it's going to find itself out in right field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for the Cubs. Young Lallum just not really over there with his body quite in time. It was a hard hit ball. It wasn't going to be an easy play by any means, but I think he had a chance to get in front of it there and at least knock it down.
It should have been an out. I think Weston probably again maybe youth showing through for these youthful Patriots is he's got to get himself in front of the ball. You got to be able to knock it down, get that ball in the glove. I had a coach way back in the day. I don't know if you remember him, Kurt Hayes, Mr. Hayes. Get down and dirty, get that glove in the ground. The glove needs to be in the ground when you're fielding the ball to be able to make the play, to get it over to first base, to get the out. These are routine plays that these kids have to make.
Weathersby, a pickoff attempt now over at first, unsuccessful, but that was actually a pretty good looking move there by Weathersby. Maybe he can get somebody later here if he can catch somebody sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, if it's me, I'm pitching for the Patriots. I'm going to work on getting the batters, let my defense take care of behind me. Ashton, probably not playing the pitching position a whole lot. Maybe comes in for some relief during the season on the high school side. Plays a pretty good third base for the Patriots. Good reaction time to him. Sometimes gets crossed up in foul balls and stuff like that, and deep foul plays as runner takes off to second base.
Nice throw down there from Miller behind the plate, but I think he just got a little bit too big of a jump.
Yeah.
Now we have an out call, I thought. Or maybe that was time. He put his fist up like an out call, but
yeah,
I think it's just
it was
time.
definitely a out call, but nonetheless they were able to sweep the sand away from second base and we resume play.
So in the box right now for the Cubs is Tate Haugano.
Mike Cushman moving from his home plate umpire position out to the field for game 2. And Lloyd Mosley putting the pads on, calling the balls and strikes. Two very good umpires in our area. A lot of high school baseball ump between the two. A lot of Legion baseball ump, for as far as I know, from Lloyd Mosley over in Tioga. So big thanks to them to come over and contribute their time to these kids and let these games happen.
So Haguenau walked, and so now we have runners at first and second for Crosby, and nobody out. At the plate's number 23, Easton Eriksmoen, who's going to be behind the plate in this one for Crosby. This one hit out into left field, and tracking is Jaron Ron, and he's going to take the safe play and just get behind that one, let it one hop into his glove, and now the bases are loaded for Crosby.
Nice play by Jaron, able to get over to the ball, kind of keep the ball in front of him, not get too excited. Jaron's typically played over in right field, does a very nice job for the Patriots and for Randy Peterson on the Post 139 Patriots. Again, another going into the 8th grade for the Patriots. It's kind of been the sob story as the season has rolled on for these Patriots, but a nice play by Jaron getting the ball back in and not having any plays or runs come over the plate.
That one was fouled off at the plate there by Damon Bowling, who, as we mentioned there in the top of the first, is on the mound tonight for the Crosby Cubs. This one in the dirt from Weathersby. Nice snag, though, by the young catcher Miller. Tristan Miller going to have to look alive there behind the plate, as there are runners at both second, third, and first, of course, but most importantly at third. So if one gets past him too far and gets a little wild back behind there by the backstop, could be a possible chance for a run to come in on a wild pitch.
Big thank you to some of our elite sponsors helping us get this broadcast push out there. Roustabout Insulating and Service out of Tioga, North Dakota, been in business since 1963, going on 60 years in Tioga, between Dale Lawlem, passed down with Randy Lawlem, his partner Bob Winger, a very successful company out of Tioga. Another elite sponsor that's signed up on board with us is Nessa Consulting Services out of Tioga. This one's put into play here in the center field.
Dominic Fosberg collects and gets it in quickly. Run number 2's coming home. A good throw from your Loveridge, and the tag from Miller is in time. And a nice play there by Loveridge and Tristan Miller. And I think Patriots got a little bit excited there when the other runner started advancing to bases 2 and 3. But a good play there at home by the young catcher Miller, and a good throw from the older Loveridge, and probably a good decision, too, to just hold on to it even though those other runners took off. So still just a 1-run lead here for the Cubs now.
As they're saying, our elite sponsors that have come on board, Nessa Consulting Service out of Tioga, geosteering, mud logging, trailer rentals, all sorts of stuff. They got pretty much everything. As Carter, you probably know full well more than I do what they do as summer employment with Nessa Consulting.
Yeah, I heard they got a pretty good intern out there. I think he does a pretty good job.
Is he a better intern or broadcaster?
I don't know. I heard he's nearly perfect at both. So
Wow. Another premier elite sponsor of ours is Tioga Parts Supply, the Napa distributor out of Tioga, North Dakota. Miles Rosenkrantz and his gang keeping everybody. That place is it has hours of 7 to 5 or 7 to 6 or something like that, but the doors seem to be open there all the time. I mean, Napa know-how. Miles keeps everything rolling with Tioga Parts Supply on Main Street in Tioga.
another base hit there from the Cubs, as 1 run and 2 runs will come and score for a couple of Ace Hardware runs, as Easton Eriksmoen and Damon Bowling both cross home plate to push Crosby's lead out to 3-0 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. As that was Isaiah Rindell who put that ball into play out into right field for the base hit and 2 RBIs.
Another elite sponsor of ours, you probably see the commercial, maybe not knowing what it is Game One. Game One is a athletic. They supply a lot of basketballs, footballs, baseballs, uniforms, everything that's kind of under the sun in the sporting world. We're getting some of our merch coming from Game One. If you're looking for any merchandise, big shout out to my brother Christopher Peterson down with the sales department for Game One. big outfit. He's based out of Bismarck. Look for the commercial, and he can come across and help you out, get him everything you need with the upcoming sports season.
Pickoff attempt over there at first base for Weathersby, unsuccessful. But again, another pretty nice move. Good throw positioning as well. Dave made a good point, though. You know, it's probably not the best interest for Tioga to try a whole lot of pickoff attempts here. But now we're going to have a throw down to second base from Miller, not in time. And so moving over to second base pretty easily there is Isaiah Rendell. In the box for Crosby, not sure if we've even mentioned it yet, is number 9, Peyton Hanisch, the third baseman. This one swung on and hit hard out into right center field, and it's Fosberg collecting and getting it in, as heading to third was Rendell. And so another single there for the Crosby Cubs. And, you know, I got to say, Tioga's, you know, played it pretty safe so far, and they've made, you know, good, smart plays for the most part. But for a couple of those, especially for an older player like Fosberg, I kind of like to see him attack the ball a little bit more and try and go get it out there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's something to definitely touch on. You want to get after the ball. You know, a friend of mine who works at Hess with me, a big baseball advocate in the area, has said you can't give as they try to 5-1-4 here, get them out.
Nice play there
by the Patriots.
The young Patriots there, as Miller faked the throw down to second, snagged by the shortstop Lovers there, and fired it right back to Miller as they play a little game of catch and get the out at home, preventing another run from scoring as Rendell is taken out there for out number 2. Hanisch, of course, though, advances over to second base. And at the plate right now for the Cubs is number 17, Marcus Shaw, the left fielder.
A friend of mine, he said, you got to give 100% for short amounts of time, because there's a lot of laid-back time in baseball, a lot of mental game, but you need to be on your horse. When that ball's in fly territory, you need to get over there. What's it going to hurt if you dive and miss? You know, your left fielder, your right fielder should be backing you as the play comes by. You dive and miss, they're there to pick it off and relay it in. But some of these kids, the IQ has got to pick up as they want to advance their baseball careers, and that doesn't happen by luck. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of practice in the cage, as anything does. If you want to be good at something, you got to put the time and effort in.
This one going to be hit down the first base line, right into the mitt of Odiard, touches his bag, and that's going to be out number 3. So Tioga gets out of this first inning without any additional damage done, as we head to the top of 2 with our score reading 3-0 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. For Carter Longy and David Peterson, we'll be right back on Game Day Media.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of premier, elite, and diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of Game Day Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by Game Day Media, LLP.
Welcome back to Glen E. Severson Memorial Field. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, and sitting to my right is David Peterson, one of the co-founders here at Game Day Media, and we are sitting here at the NCC Sports Desk, as once again we are here in Ray for this American Legion Triangular. We're in game number 2 of the day right now, the Tioga Post 139 Patriots taking on the Crosby Post 75 Cubs, and Tioga coming back to the plate for the second time tonight here in the top of the second inning, trailing 3-0 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard and hoping to get things going a little bit here on offense in the second inning and hoping to give them the start is going to be number 14, James Fierros, the third baseman.
A new face to, it's called strike here. The new face to the Patriots coaching staff is volunteer Brody Odegaard, stepping in at the first base with kind of the shortage of Randy taking some personal time to visit some family down in Colorado. So I'm sure Randy appreciates. I'm sure he trusts everything that Jace and Brody are going to be doing tonight. A lot of knowledge between those two as Fierros goes down swinging for a strike or out number 1.
I thought he went down looking.
Looking? I wasn't even watching.
I think he went down looking, but the only reason I think I know that because I was just about to make a point of the fact that Fierros did not swing at a single pitch there. He took 3 strikes in a row. So I'm sure Jace will probably let him know that he'd like him to be a little bit more aggressive with the bat up there. When Damon Bowling's been pretty consistent with throwing strikes for most of the night. Has now hit one
Nice play.
right up the middle was Ashton Weathersby, but Bowling, very quick with his reaction time, scooping it down up by his feet, and he kind of jogs it over and tosses it to Hubble, and that's going to be a quick out number 2.
As 8th grader Weston Lallam steps into the box. Number 25 playing the second base position for his dad tonight for the acting head coach for the Tioga Patriots. Tioga Pirates are going to have a new look in the dugout next year as Randy Peterson has acknowledged his resignation to the Tioga High School as the skipper for the Pirates. Was able to lead the team for 3 years. Had the most success probably in the recent season. They were able to get a couple of wins under their belt and advanced out of the play-in game for the first time in probably season history or in school history. So big thanks to Randy. A lot of players probably are going to miss you in the dugout. You may think otherwise, but I think the knowledge that you have passed on to these kids is probably something that's maybe worth a lifetime for some of these kids. So a new face will be taking the helm for the Tioga Pirates baseball team coming next spring.
Yeah, I played one season for Randy, and definitely thankful for the time that he's given to the program. I was only there for a year, but like you mentioned, he definitely knows his stuff when it comes to baseball, and he's a very good coach. And to be quite frank, we did not have hardly much talent at all my first year, and as the program was being built. But we found ways to compete in games by kind of doing some ticky-tacky stuff. Stuff that you gotta know baseball to kind of pull off, and he did a good job of kind of teaching a lot of these kids who just came to play and hadn't played summer ball for 3, 4, 5 years and decided, why not? I'll go play baseball during the spring, and did a nice job of kind of helping guys understand the basics and stuff like that too.
Nice play by the Tioga High School, giving another opportunity for kids to do another activity in Tioga alongside golf in Tioga for the spring. They also now have baseball, softball as high school programs, and to your point, Carter, a lot of these kids stopped playing as 6th graders.
Mm-hmm.
There was an article on KX News last night. Tristan Thompson from KX News was out in Tioga and covered the Tioga-Surrey baseball game, and a lot of information was put out there. First time in about 10 years that there's been a Legion team. First time ever that there was a high school baseball game played in Tioga. And, Casey was interviewed on the news and said, a lot of times we were done as 6th graders, and that was it. I mean, that's probably your case.
Mm-hmm.
As a 6th grader, you said, off air, you picked up a game going up to Kenmare, played with some family up there. But other than that, in Tioga, your baseball career was essentially over unless you decided to move on to a different town as
Tristan Miller, who just went down swinging right there. But before that happened, Weston Lallam also had walked and advanced over to second, if you couldn't pick that up on the camera. But we got our cameraman over there doing a good job, so hopefully you saw that while me and David were kind of discussing some things there. But that was the third out of the inning, so that's going to do it there for the second inning. And we will come back with the top of the third as it's still Crosby leading by a score of, the bottom of the second, with Crosby still leading by a score of 3-0 here on Game Day Media. I'm Carter Longi here with David Peterson. We'll be right back.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of Premier, Elite, and Diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota. Born and raised amidst the small town love of Northwest North Dakota, we at Northwest Communications Cooperative understand the joy of being part of a great community. That's why we choose to pour back into the people who pour into us. At NCC, we offer internet, telephone, video, and security services that are industry standard, top of the line. Based in Ray, North Dakota, we consider Northwest North Dakota our neighborhood. Let us know how we can serve you. Local, fast, reliable. Making connections, locally committed.
Welcome back into the NCC Sports Desk here at Game Day Media. Once again, I am Carter Longy, joined by my color man and co-founder of Game Day Media, David Peterson. We're out here at Glenn E. Severson Memorial Field here in Ray, North Dakota for our triangular. Game number 2 here between the Crosby Post 75 Cubs and the Tioga Post 139 Patriots. Our score 3-0 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard as we head it to the bottom of 2 here. Up to the plate for the Cubs is number 7, Kyle Knutson, the right fielder. He's going to be upstairs to Knutson and puts our count at 1-1.
Kind of a fun day for some of these kids, you know, playing a night game as the sun sets, kind of giving a different look as the ball's hit off the backstop here at Glenn E. Severson Memorial Field as the shadows of the west start to fall upon center field and over into left field. A new look for a lot of these kids. Probably never played under the lights. Maybe played a lot of football under the lights, but to date, probably not a whole lot of night baseball games that happen up in Northwest North Dakota.
Looked like Weathersby was maybe trying to get a little bit of a curveball working there, but it ended up hanging it up way up high. Never dropped for him, so it's going to be another ball into the count. This one fouled off, and I believe the count's at 2-2.
But, you know, nice job. We're going to try to get Roxy Heldy, the rec director over here in Ray for Ray Rec, doing a nice job of getting this. I feel like this could be a thing, you know, every season, every year. That one hits right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, and Knudsen goes down looking, a nice-looking pitch there from Ashton Weathersby. It's his first strikeout of the day and the first out here in the bottom of the second inning.
You know, as Roxy, you know, talking to her on the phone the other day of making this thing kind of being normal, having a triangular and being able to have like your showcase game under the lights and being able to utilize the amenities that happen over at this Ray Field. I know the other night when we were in Tioga with Tioga versus Burlington, they were talking about maybe potentially putting lights up at the field in Tioga for kids to be able to play night games as, you know, most of these double headers start at 6 o'clock at night to where they could be called due to darkness. I know over in Stanley, one of the first games in the Pirates season, it was all but dark out, and the Pirates were able to walk off and get a win over in Stanley in their counter game over there. But it was dark. I mean, it was very dark, and so I would imagine, you know, there may be some contributions that can be put forward to make lights happen over in Tioga, as what they have here. This dubs as a football field / baseball field over here in Ray, but very nice facility. Excited to see what can happen with the Outlaws and football coming forward this fall.
Number 11, Braden Larson's at the plate right now, the second baseman for the Crosby Cubs. His count currently sits at 3 balls and 1 strike. So Weathersby looking for out number 2, hopefully get out the second inning with not quite as much damage done as there was in the first. Big swing and a miss right there for, I thought was strike number 2.
Tristan Miller thought it was strike number 3.
Yeah.
Nice throwdown.
Yep. Tristan thought it was time to go around the horn, but we'll see if maybe they can get it right here. Here's the full count pitch, and this one swung on and fouled off. So we'll have to wait for another moment here before we can maybe get something to give here.
That ball's heading down Highway 2. As Highway 2 here in Ray runs right through the heart of Ray.
Big swing and a miss, and Weathersby got Larson to go chase after one there as he picks up his second strikeout in a row and second of the day, and second out here in the second inning. So twos all over the place here right now, and the lineup will now turn over, and coming back to the plate for the second time tonight is number 1, Landon Hubble, the first baseman. Last time up, he reached base on an error. We'll see what he can do this time. First pitch from Weathersby is in there for strike number 1.
Big thanks to NCC, one of our premier sponsors, getting us on air, making sure that we have blazing fast internet here in the press box, home to RPL Outlaw Football, sitting out here in center field along the west sideline. The home sideline for the RPL Outlaws. Big thanks to NCC coming on board, getting us connected to you guys, being able to get our stream live to YouTube, and our followers and subscribers and sponsors can see the stuff that we create and promote the area athletes. So big thanks to NCC coming on board as a premier sponsor.
And so now we're going to have a little bit of an umpires meeting here as Cushman and Mosley will have a little chat out here on the first base line. I'm not really quite sure what they're chatting about.
I wonder if they're maybe looking at the count potentially.
And so now they'll each head back to their respective positions. And no signal on what's really going on here. But either way, we'll continue playing baseball. As once again, it's Landon Hubble in the box. This one going to be upstairs for a ball. It's going to make it a 1-2 strike count.
Another big thank you to the Bank of Tioga. The Bank of Tioga has come on board being our halftime sponsor during the regular season. As for right now, we're just kind of making them the starting lineups, the official starting lineups, brought to you by the Bank of Tioga. Big thanks to Wendy Lenzen, who we've been dealing with. Wendy Lenzen over at the Bank of Tioga. Make sure you get over to the Bank of Tioga for all your banking personal loan needs. Thanks for coming on board as one of our premier sponsors.
Okay, so Hubble swung and missed, and I thought that should have been strike number 3, and maybe that's what they were talking about, and if one of those earlier pitches should have been a strike or a ball, and now I think he's hit by a pitch. So instead of a strikeout, which I think Tioga thought it was supposed to be, it ends up being a hit by pitch, so he will advance to first base. And instead of ending the inning right there, we're going to end up with still just 2 outs and a runner on base. So we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't end up biting the Patriots in the back.
To my book, which is unofficial, I had a 0-2 count when they went and talked. And then he had a swing that should have been the end of the inning, and then he ended up getting walked. I didn't see if he got hit or not, but nonetheless, he's on first base for a free pass.
At the plate now, number 24, Tate Haugano. And that one was a ball, I believe, up high. Haugano playing the shortstop in this one for the Cubs. He's walked his first time up to the plate. Eventually was tagged out at home. And this one popped up over on the left side, and unable to get there is the third baseman Fierros.
As both of their hats fly off. Need those little chin straps guys can get for the on their hard hats to keep their hats on.
That or just go back to the old snapback instead of the fitted.
The old snapback. I believe Game 1, one of our elite sponsors, Game 1 outfitted the Patriots with their gear this year. They outfitted the Pirates with their gear, so if you like what you see, make sure you give Chris Peterson a call on one of our commercials. Contact information is there. He'll put you out. Be one of the best-looking teams in the area.
This is a hard hit ball to shortstop Loveridge, and a nice pick from the ground there. Throws it over to Odegaard at first, and that will take care of out number 3 here in the bottom of the second inning. So no more damage done that time for the Cubs, as the Patriots are able to hold them right there, and our score after 2 full innings will stay at 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. I'm Carter Longy. He's David Peterson. We'll be right back on Game Day Media.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of Premier, Elite, and Diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota. As your local Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. Ace Hardware began as a small chain of stores in 1924 and has grown to include more than 4,600 stores in 50 states and more than 70 countries. As part of a cooperative, every Ace Hardware store is independently owned, from neighborhood Ace Hardware stores to lumberyards to supersized home centers. Each Ace Hardware is unique and tailored to meet the needs of its local community. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop on down to 119 North May Street, Tioga, North Dakota, or call them at 701-664-3309. Tioga Ace Hardware, helping you get things done.
Welcome back into the NCC Sports Desk on Game Day Media. Again, I'm Carter Longy here with David Peterson for our American Legion Triangular today in Ray, between the Ray Post 9 Jays, the Crosby Cubs, and the Tioga Post 139 Patriots. Game number 2 of the day, and it's the Post 75 Cubs leading the Post 179 Patriots by a score of 3-0 here in the top of the third inning. It's number 23, Jaden Weathersby, the right fielder, at the plate for the Patriots. So Weatherby kind of hits a little dribbler for a foul ball, and I believe that moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
You know, as we've mentioned multiple times during the season, Carter, is that Jaden is the only senior graduating alumni of the Tioga Patriots, a youthful program in Tioga. I think it might be – I don't even think he went out for high school baseball. I think he just decided to go out for Legion baseball, maybe peer pressure from his younger brother or something maybe.
Now, when it's called a strike, I believe it's now a full count on Weathersby. It's a chopper up the right side, collected and tossed over by Larson to Hubble, and a little 4-3 action in the scorebook for the out there, as the second baseman puts it in the mitt of the first baseman. And we have one down here in the top of the third, as coming to the plate next will be number 18, Jaron Ron, the left fielder. Quite a jump here in the age, as we go from probably the 18-year-old Weathersby down to the probably, 12 or 13-year-old Ron.
Yeah, I would say Jaron's probably 13, but his age, I believe he can still play the midget baseball, which I think is more commonly known as the 12U ranks baseball, which I think the other night when they were playing Surrey, Weston Lallam hit a home run in midget baseball, took his midget baseball uniform off and put his Patriot uniform on, and came and played in 3 games probably in one night against Surrey and whoever they were playing against earlier in the day. But again, a lot of, as Randy said in his interview, this will help these kids. It may seem kind of endless as Jaron Ron goes down swinging for the second out of the inning, but these kids are going to be exposed to a lot of baseball, which at times you're going to take your beatings when you're young, but hopefully the tides will turn and the pendulum will swing the other way to be able to enforce your will as you get older on other teams.
That was the fourth strikeout of this game for Damon Bowling as well, so pretty good performance so far from the man on the bump tonight for Crosby. Lineup turning over here for the Patriots. Back to the plate for the second time, number 6, Dominic Fosberg, the center fielder. Fosberg hits a pop-up over here on the right side of the field, and it's collected by the first baseman Hubble, and that will be the third out of the inning. So a very quick inning of work there for Damon Bowling and the Crosby Cubs as they take down the Patriots in order there, 1-2-3, to put this game back to the bottom of the third inning. Our score is still 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. Carter Longy and David Peterson will be right back on Game Day Media.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of Premier, Elite, and Diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center, great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
Welcome back to the NCC Sports Desk here on Game Day Media. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, joined by David Peterson for today's triangular between the combination of a few different teams here with the Crosby Cubs, the Tioga Patriots, and of course the Ray Post 9 Jays. We're in game number 2 of our 3-game evening here, and we head to the bottom of 3 with the Cubs leading the Patriots by a score of 3-0. And as we head to the bottom of the 3, we're going to have a pitching change already here for the Patriots. Ashton Weathersby is done after 2 innings of work. He's going to head over to third base, shifting Fieros over to shortstop, and then Yerk Loveridge will move into the catcher slot as it's Tristan Miller, the young catcher for the Patriots, who's going to come out to the mound for, I believe, the first time we've seen him on the mound so far this year in a Legion game.
Yeah, to date, I guess I don't remember. I'd have to look back in the book to see maybe where he's played at, but yeah, I don't have him as a pitcher at any time that I can see. If you're listening by way of YouTube, make sure you comment. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. If we're incorrect, go ahead and put the comment in there, and we'll get everything corrected as we go.
And so Miller gets kind of a tough start here as he throws 4 pitches and 4 balls to Easton Eriksmoen as he will trot down to first base for free. It's going to bring up number 2, Damon Bowling, the pitcher on the other side for the Crosby Cubs, who singled back in the first and now comes up to the plate for the second time tonight.
As we said earlier, the Patriots kind of short-staffed, missing some key components, key parts to this team as they throw one into right field, trying to get them behind here.
Yeah, Lover trying to do the backdoor pickoff on Eriksmoen, but unsuccessful there as it gets out to right field, as David mentioned, and Eriksmoen now safely standing at second base. And so now runner in scoring position here for Damon Bowling.
That's one of those plays, just let's try not to do too much. Like sometimes maybe less is more. Work on getting the batters. You've shut them down. You allowed 3 runs in the first inning. Other than that, you've kind of settled yourself down. Weathersby kind of got in a little bit of a groove and was able to pitch his way out of a early jam. But now, just concentrate on the batter. Don't worry about the runner at this point.
Miller delivers that one pretty high to Bowling and moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Hoping to try get.
Now Miller tries a pickoff attempt and unsuccessful, and probably lucky that his classmate Weston had some good hops there as he snagged that one out of the air before it ended up in center field. And again, just probably trying to do too much there.
Yeah, like James, he's back in, huge hole in shortstop and in second base right here with those two both hold him on. But Fosberg, just kind of standing out in center field. When that ball's coming down, you got to be moving. You got to be backing up that pitch in case it does go, because if it goes over the top and somebody shortstop takes over, kind of not sure what's going on there at second base between Weston Lawler.
Yeah, I don't know why they're kind of pinching him. It's just kind of odd.
They're keeping him tight to the base, I guess. But I'd be more concerned with who's batting at this point. Damon Bowling leading the Cubs in their batting in the season. But and like I was saying, Fosberg's job is to back up the errant throw that could maybe head over the top of the second baseman shortstop covering the base.
Yeah, and he looks kind of more than relaxed right now. So I'm not too sure if that's going to work out so well, as this one's lined out into left field, and Eric Smone's heading for home. And Fierro throws home, and I'm not really sure that was the best idea. Probably could have just held the runner at first there, as Eric Smone was pretty much
just kind of walking over here in center field, just lazily, and allows Bowling to head off to third base. Fierros has got to keep that ball. Keep that ball once Jaron Ron relays it in. James holds the ball, calls for time, walks it into his pitcher, and you keep the damage minimal, keeping him probably going into second base most likely.
Instead, though, we have another Ace Hardware run, and that's going to push Crosby's lead out to 4-0 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Now we have a runner on third as well, and Miller tries another pickoff, and I'm not really sure. Might need to be told by the coach there that he could probably just lay off a little bit on the pickoff attempts, because I think he's probably tried at least once every batter so far.
Yeah, it's been wrong before, but let's get the batters. I'm sure that'll be the message coming in. This isn't 12-year-old baseball. This is grown man baseball at this point in time in the season. Let's get the batters out. Throw strike, get the batters out.
Well, I think even at that point, I think part of the problem might be is that in the 12U you can't even pick batters off. So I think maybe it's this is kind of cool. I can pick batters off now. So he wants they want to try it out, and there's another attempt right there as we say it. If anything, too, you're kind of just wearing out your arm at some point when you try so many in a row.
Unnecessary. You're 90 feet. Throwing from 60 feet, you're throwing the same distance from the pitcher's mound over to third base as you are from pitcher's mound to home. So save your arm, save your pitches. You still got another 3/4 of a game to go after this one. So that's what I'd recommend doing, but I'm not the coach.
This one swung on and missed, and so Miller does do a nice job there, picking up some strikes there on Isaiah Rindell as he goes down swinging. It's going to be the first strikeout of the day for Tristan Miller, and for all we know, it might have been the first strikeout of his Legion career. And coming up to the plate next is going to be Peyton Hanisch, who quickly heads down. Is he hit by a pitch there? I didn't catch it.
I didn't see it either. He wasn't up there very long, though.
See if we can catch it here on our delayed stream. And looks like he must have been hit by a pitch. So Hanisch now stands at first. Standing at third is Bowling. So runners at the corners here for the Crosby Cubs. Into the box now is Marcus Shaw. Thought it was Marcus Shaw initially. I don't know if that is. That didn't look like a 17 out there. It might be somebody else here for the Cubs. So we got Peyton Costed, who's actually on the bases right now for Crosby. So kind of mixed up right now. I don't know who's at the plate either. As if it's the order that I thought it was, it should have been Marcus Shaw, but that doesn't look like a 17 out there either. This one up high, and it's going to be called a ball right there. And that's going to be another walk there for the Crosby Cubs. as unknown batter. That is Hanish right there. So they appear to be out of order at some point. Not really sure what's going on here with Crosby's order. They must have had some people moved around. But nevertheless, we are joined now at the NCC Sports Desk by Roxy Heldy, the organizer of this little triangular. So Roxy, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So kind of give us a little bit of an insight on how this whole thing kind of came together, and if are there any plans to keep it going in the future? Would you like to kind of make it an annual thing, kind of just anything like that?
We would love to make it an annual thing. I guess we first had this idea last year playing under the lights. Our lights weren't great. We actually got a donation from the Williston Moose, I believe it was, and so we were able to get our lights in good working condition. And being the first year we had Legion again for a while, we thought, let's play a night game. So we had scheduled it with Tioga, and then we had that rain out with you guys, so then it kind of became the night counter game. Then Crosby had reached out. They wanted to schedule another game, and I said, well, let's just make it a triangular and make it an evening, and everybody was on board.
Yeah, I think playing under the lights is a really cool thing. It's kind of a new experience for a lot of these guys. They don't get to do it very often, and it's a fun fan experience too. Even though obviously they're not playing underneath the lights, it's just got even more of kind of that almost American baseball feeling to it when you're at a ball game and it's under the lights. And I don't know. I think it just kind of brings a whole new meaning to the game. So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yep, exactly. I remember. So my husband, Joey, is actually the coach, and I remember in high school, watching them play Legion ball under the lights. We would all get blankets and sit out in center field and watch the game, and I mean, those are memorable times. I just wanted these kids to have that experience too.
So at the plate right now, I believe for Crosby should be it's either Kyle Knutson or Braden Larson. Again, Crosby's all out of order right now in their batting order, so I'm not really too entirely sure what's going on right now. But just a moment ago, we did have an out taken care of as Miller made a good play at the pitcher's mound. But now he throws kind of a wild one, and coming across to score is Costed. So Peyton Costed comes home and scores for another Ace Hardware run, and that'll make our score 5-1 in favor of the Cubs on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. So you said you had plans of continuing kind of maybe like a triangular in the future. Do you think maybe you'd keep it the same teams, make it an annual thing between these three, or maybe you want to get some other of the area region teams involved as well?
Well, I think these three teams match up pretty well against each other. It's fun when you can go watch some good baseball and not have it kind of one-sided game. So, yeah, going forward, I would definitely invite Crosby and Tioga back. Ray and Tioga kind of have a bond because there were some Tioga kids that have played Babe Ruth and Ray for the last few years. So they were teammates, and now they're kind of rivals, and it's fun for them to compete against each other, I think.
Yeah, there's kind of the naturally built-in rivalry too, of course, with the geographic factor in it too. So
exactly.
It's kind of like when Ray and Tioga co-opt for many years in football too, and then they split, and it was kind of a whole new dynamic, especially for a lot of those guys who had played together, and then all of a sudden left. So the Ray Rec won the player pitch tournament in Powers Lake on Thursday, and I'm assuming that you have some type of relation to that since David gave me the little note there.
Yep. So I am the rec director along with Carrie Foss. And so we are in charge of organizing all the teams that Ray has. That goes from T-ball all the way up to Legion. So yeah, the player pitch, they played a really awesome tournament. They lost out, I believe it was their second game, and then they had to come back and play in to the winner's bracket, and they ended up beating Powers Lake 2 times to win the championship. So it was pretty exciting. There were a lot of excited kids in that group.
And where was that held at?
That was in Powers Lake.
Ray holding any of the tournaments this year?
We are holding the softball tournament this year, and we actually had kind of a small midget tournament today up at the Northfield. So we've put in all day today.
Crosby did score again there, another Ace Hardware run across the plate, so that now lead by a score of 6-0. over the Tioga Patriots. Miller tries another little pickoff attempt there over at second base, and once again unsuccessful. Still kind of doing quite a bit here. Tioga, I think, just really needs to focus on getting out of the inning right now. They're at 2 outs. Be nice to see them just kind of try and figure out a way to get out of here. As now a bunt's laid down. Miller trying to make the play, goes to third for the force out, and turns out to be the right decision as they're able to get the out right there. And should have been the third out, but now I'm kind of questioning what's going on here.
That's 3 outs.
That should have been 3 outs. I'm not really sure why Crosby's back at the plate again. Rindell struck out, and then we had Damon Bowling get tagged out at home. I'm not entirely sure why they're continuing to play, but I guess they are. And now a little dribbler hit down the left side. No good. But yeah, kind of odd. Roxy, is there anything else that you'd kind of like to share or discuss, I guess, in terms of what you guys got going on over there with the Ray Recreation, stuff like that?
I guess we're just really excited the way our program is moving forward. It wasn't too long ago when we didn't have enough kids for Babe Ruth, even with Tioga coming over, we were able to make a team. But I'm really excited to get Legion back for Ray. It's been quite a few years, and the kids are enjoying it. They're having fun, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I know. It's very exciting. Both, Ray got it back, and then Tioga's gotten it back now too. So it's more fun when there's baseball going on. I'm only a couple years out of high school, obviously, and I got to play 1 year of high school ball, but no Legion ball for full season, and definitely something that I wish I could have experienced, as Tristan Miller is going to get to play a lot more baseball going forward as one of these young players from the Patriots team, as he gets the strikeout looking. And now I thought it was the third out a while ago. Maybe it was the fourth out. Who knows? But either way, we finish up the third inning right there. Crosby now pushing out their lead to 6-0. Roxy, thanks for joining us here for a little half-inning talk. And congrats on the success of your programs, and it should be fun playing underneath the lights here.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming, and thanks for broadcasting for people who couldn't make it tonight.
Absolutely. We'll be right back on Game Day Media for the top of the fourth inning.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of Premier, Elite, and Diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center, great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
Welcome back into the NCC Sports Desk here on Game Day Media. Once again, triangular action here in Ray. We just had Roxy Heldy, one of the Ray Rec directors, on with us for the bottom half of the third inning. There. So it's nice to kind of chat with her about what they got going on over here in Ray. Always good to hear that all the area programs are doing well, especially with things like these summer sports. Because when one program thrives, it kind of helps everybody, I think, because it increases all the competition and things like that. So, again, another big shout-out to Roxy for coming on with us. We got David back on the mic now. We had quite the confusion there in the bottom of the third.
Yeah,
like
it was
Crosby either batted out of order or there was 4 outs. Something was going on.
Well, it was for sure 4 outs as Uric Leverage drives one into left field, a nice little single for the Pirates as they got to get their bats rolling here. But for sure batted out of order. We could probably confirm that going back on our live stream, but I'm about 99.9% sure that they batted out of order. They also recorded 4 outs for Tioga. I have again, this is all unofficial, but I had
Loveridge takes off for second here after a pickoff attempt by Bowling is unsuccessful over the head of Hubble, and so Loveridge now stands at second.
I had Isaiah Rendell striking out, swinging. I had for the first out. I had Damon Bowling being tagged out, a runner tagged out at home plate for the second out. I had Braden Larson in a 1-5 for the third out as a pop fly by Casey Odegaard taken by the pitcher for out number 1 of the top of the fourth inning. And then to continue on with the bottom of the third inning, I had Landon Hubble looking at strike 3 for my recorded fourth out. So somewhere in the 5, 6, 7 spot, Divide County's confusion.
Well, the also very confusing thing is that Braden Larson was out on a 1-5 play, but he was not
stayed on base.
But he was not on base anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was.
Yeah.
It seemed like he never. I don't know. It was he got out as a 1-5, but the guys behind him in order were still on second.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So either way, I mean, the umpires are doing the best they can. Maybe it was unaware of, the official home scoring. Roxy, one of the co-Ray rec coordinators, does a nice job. She's going to send us some information as to maybe what happened. Maybe we're off, which is possible. So as James Fieros is up to plate for the Patriots, one on, one
I mean,
out.
it's definitely possible that we could have been wrong, but at the same time there was so much. If it would have been one little thing like the fourth out, or a couple of the batting out of order, if it was one or the other, maybe it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. But the fact that all that stuff happened in one inning was kind of just I don't even know how all that went down. It's kind of just crazy how we could get that far off, I guess.
So we'll get it squared away. Roxy is going to get everything squared away for us, as she does a nice job, as hot shot over to the third baseman for a 5-3.
Yeah, hard hit ball there. I believe that was Fieros who grounded out there. But, so he's out over there at first, but he does advance Loveridge over to third base. But that is going to be the second out here in the inning. And so now up to the plate is going to be number 13, Ashton Weathersby, who, of course, started the game as the pitcher, moved over to third base. So now we'll see what he can do with the bat here for the second time today. First time up, he grounded out to the pitcher. Again, Loveridge standing over there at third. The first time tonight, Tioga's really had a good chance to maybe bring in a run here as they trail 5-0 and hoping to get things going as they're down by 5 on the Tioga Medical Center scoreboard.
Just to touch on, as there's time here, Uric Loveridge over at third base, getting his shoe tied, kind of throw some information at you, Carter, while you were talking with Roxy, but the Ray Rec, they were able to win their way back in a battle up in Powers Lake in the player pitch tournament that went on this afternoon, or Thursday afternoon, up in Powers Lake. And as Roxy touched on a little bit, there's a lot of competitive baseball that's going on in the younger ages around this area, which is incredible to see between, very good Crosby teams, very good Ray, Stanley, Powers Lake, a lot of, as a run comes across, as Ashton Weathersby loops one into shallow right center field, plating Uric Loveridge for the first run for the Patriots here tonight.
It's actually left center field there, David.
Golly, we're backwards here.
Sorry to correct you, but yeah. It's that backwards look from the field. But yeah, nice job by Weathersby putting it in play, and kind of the epitome of a bloop single right there, as it was right in that little triangular between the left fielder, center fielder, and shortstop, right where none of them could quite get to it, but they were all right there.
Yeah, everybody said I got it, and then somebody got called off, and I mean it was a true blooper. I mean it was a true bloop hit, perfect little placement by Ash Weathersby, but. Yeah, back to the the area kids. That's very exciting to see. Is we're building the programs here in Northwest North Dakota to get a little bit more competitive year in and year out. As a foul ball, please watch out for the cars over there on Highway 2. The ball is disposable. The kids running after it is not. So, yeah, it's very exciting to see as these kids are coming up in the ranks, and they'll hopefully be filling the Babe Ruth uniforms next year, and then continue to play your age without having to be 13 playing against potentially 18, 19-year-old men in the Legion ranks. So it's nice to see. There's another coach pitch tournament that's happening up in Kenmare on Monday, my kid Julian. and a bunch of his little buddies are all going to be playing up there in a very competitive coach pitch league that's going to be up in Kenmare on Monday. The tournament starts with Kenmare versus Stanley at 9 a.m. on the east field. Also at 9 a.m., Tioga is playing Ray on the west field, and then from there it'll be about every hour and 20 minutes. So make sure you get up there, support these kids as
Weston Lallam
goes down swinging.
And that's going to be strikeout number 5 on the day for Damon Bowling, and out number 3 here in the top of the 4th inning. And so our score now reads 5-1 in favor of the Crosby Cubs. The Patriots were able to get one on the board there with the RBI single from Ash Weathersby to drive in Uric Leverage. And so with that, it's me, Carter Longy, here with David Peterson. We'll take a quick break on Game Day Media.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of Premier, Elite, and Diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota. As your local Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. Ace Hardware began as a small chain of stores in 1924 and has grown to include more than 4,600 stores in 50 states and more than 70 countries. As part of a cooperative, every Ace Hardware store is independently owned, from neighborhood Ace Hardware stores to lumberyards to supersized home centers. Each Ace Hardware is unique and tailored to meet the needs of its local community. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop on down to 119 North May Street, Tioga, North Dakota, or call them at 701-664-3309. Tioga Ace Hardware, helping you get things done.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the NCC Sports Desk here on Game Day Media. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, joined by David Peterson for today's triangular action between Ray, Crosby, and Tioga here in Ray, North Dakota at Glenn E. Severson Field. Game number 2 going on right now here between Crosby and Tioga. Our score currently reads 5-1 in favor of the Crosby Cubs over the Tioga Patriots. Up to the plate, I believe, is Tate Haugano, the shortstop for the Cubs, wearing number 24. And again, still a little bit of confusion on what will happen there at the bottom of the 3rd inning, but I don't think it would have changed the score either way. So I don't really think it's probably that big of a deal.
Yeah, probably no harm, no foul. It kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if it was a show back in the early days to where it was who's on first, and like you remember that, Carter, at all? It was a joke of who's on first, or you're on second, no, I'm on third. It goes back and forth. I don't remember how it is, but maybe we can have somebody check it out and get back to us. But is a liner.
High fly ball out into left there, and it ends up going foul. So the Patriots going to be okay on that one. No harm done.
Yeah, so to your point, Carter, there was no scoring damage that was done. It just caused for a lot of confusion. One of our subscribers commented on our Facebook page. If you haven't had a chance, and nothing's real public on our Facebook page quite yet, but she's commenting that she's giving us a little bit of play-by-play as a shot liner out into shallow center field, gathered in by Dominic Fosberg for out number 1.
Next to the plate for the Crosby Cubs should be number 23, Easton Eriksmo, the catcher. Single and a walk so far today.
We'd have to look back at the recording, but Braden Larson bunted down the third base line and made it to first when the third out was called. Isaiah Rendell did not strike out, but we're pretty confident that he did strike out. The third called out that we had was Braden Larson on a bunt attempt that was gathered by Tristan Miller and thrown over to Ash Weathersby for the force out at third base, which continued the inning to Landon Hubble, recording a looking strikeout for what I have as out number 4 as the unofficial scoreboard. As Carter, you're scoring the game the same as I am, so we've got, not saying that we're both wrong or right, but nonetheless, the game moves on. We'll do our best to continue on as Easton Eriksmoen bombs one hops the fence to deep center field. That should probably look at easy stand-up. I'd go 3, man.
Probably it might have been a good thing you didn't listen to you there because it kind of rolled in pretty quickly there as soon as you were saying that.
It's good relay, good throw. Kind of overshot the cutoff man, but nice throw by Dominic Fosberg, getting the ball in and limiting the damage. But that was a moonshot, one hop right off the middle of the fence, probably about 3 feet high on the fence on this 6 foot high fence in the outfield.
Yeah, it was a real nice hit by Easton Eriksmoen. If the wind had still been blowing like it was earlier, I think you probably had a chance to maybe get out. But wind's obviously died down quite a bit here, so we're not getting quite as much help as it was earlier. But at the plate now, number 2, Damon Bowling, the pitcher. See if he can maybe put something in play here. He's singled twice so far today. Another pickoff attempt there by Miller and the Patriots, and Eriksmoen back in plenty of time over there at second. And I know we've mentioned it a lot now, and don't mean to keep beating the dead horse, but it's to the point where you've done it enough, and we've criticized it enough probably. But the last guy you probably want to try and pick off is Eriksmoen because he's probably the fastest to get back to the bag.
Yeah, for sure, probably the fastest. I mean, you watch him play football. I've never seen him play hockey, but they're so tight. They run a really tight formation. He's quarterback. He's right down. He probably stands about 5'8", 5'9", maybe. Sorry if I'm shortening your credit. Is a nice breaking ball by Tristan Miller. Crosses over first for a called strike. But he crouches down in there, and he options to Wyatt Carabello or Costed or Marcus Shaw. These guys all play football for him as a high fly ball to shallow center for shallow left field. But he gets in and he sneaks around, and as soon as he hits that corner, it's like he just flips on the afterburners and down the field he goes for 30, 40 yards at a time. Very nice-looking athlete for the Divide County Maroons and these Crosby Cubs for their Legion team. These Crosby Cubs played Divide County High School baseball, and they were a JV team on the season. And from what I had heard, just my opinion is they're better than a JV team. They probably played a JV schedule to build their program, which is understandable. But the future is very bright. I've seen a lot of Divide County or Crosby Comets games in the younger ranks, so they're going to be a force to reckon with here in the next couple years.
A little bit of a wild pitch there. Gets away from Loveridge back behind the plate, and Eriksmoen able to come and score another Ace Hardware run for the Crosby Cubs. Going to push their lead back out to 5 runs as they now lead 6-1. And also moving all the way over to third was Damon Bowling. Patriots nearly got him on the pickoff, or not pickoff, I guess, but after he came around second and headed to third after the Eriksmoen play at home, they nearly got him there at third. But just maybe a couple seconds too late as now Miller tries another pickoff attempt and, again, unsuccessful. Waiting to stand in the box is Isaiah Rendell. At least I thought it was supposed to be Rendell, but apparently it's not. And that's going to be an out over there at first as coming home to score
number 27
is Damon Bowling. And see, that's where all the confusion starts because I had Peyton Costed in for Marcus Shaw earlier, which he is not supposed to bat for 2 more batters. So that's where a lot of the confusion starts, I think.
So Isaiah Rendell is out. Number 27 is Peyton Costed.
So he is in, but I believe he was playing left, or maybe he was playing center. He was playing in center, okay.
Isaiah Rendell started at center.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that helps some of the confusion on where all the batters were.
Peyton Costed, the finger is pointed directly at you, man.
Like in the box now is Peyton Hanish, so that's correct. So we're slowly but surely we're getting back on track here, at least in terms of knowing where everybody is at. I have to imagine the lights are going to go on here pretty soon, too.
Yeah, I was just looking around. I can't tell if that's the sun reflection off the light over there, if that's the beginning of turning them on. But you'd think you'd want to get them on here very soon, as the sun is all but gone. The shadows are gone from the outfield, so ball's going to be starting to be tough to get picked up here. I thought he picked that one.
This one squeezes through the gap, and so it'll be a base hit there for Peyton Hanisch, safely into first base. And so with 2 outs and a runner on first, next to the plate should be Marcus Shaw, unless there was a substitution that we missed. Of course, from this angle, it's tough to see the numbers, so it is Marcus Shaw at the plate, so we had that one correct still. So I think everything's straightened back out now. Still don't know exactly what happened in the third, but
fact check.
at the end of the day, we at least have our lineup back in order. I think it's a 2-0 count here to start out for Shaw. 2-0 is way inside, and I thought maybe it got him. He must have gotten just out of the way in time, but up to a 3-ball, no-strike count now.
So you take a peek at your phone. The Packers display is on your background. What's the Packers going to look like this year with no A-Rod?
You know, I don't think they'll be too bad. The roster is still solid for the most part. You know, the defense has been improved year over year for the most part, and I think they should perform well once again. As now Tristan Miller, I believe, just balked, and it's going to send Peyton Hanisch over to second base. But yeah, I think the Packers, you know, I think they'll be semi-successful. I would put them somewhere. I think they can win anywhere from 6 to 9 games. A lot of that depending on just how ready Jordan Love is, and that's obviously the biggest question mark. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think that he has to be super stellar. The Packers won, I believe it was 8 games last year, and Rodgers really didn't play that good. He definitely had a down year in terms of him. So I don't think it's unrealistic to expect Jordan Love to perform at a level that Aaron Rodgers performed at last year. Not Aaron Rodgers' peak, but I think he could perform at the level he performed at last year. And obviously with that roster, they were able to win 8 games last year, and this young receiving core has developed, things like that. Mark Shaw now also at first base after walking 2, by the way. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on with the Packers, but I think they'll be all right.
As number 20, Jacob Riestead is now at the plate for the Cubs. There's another pickoff attempt. Young man, I would worry about your batter. Let your defense settle in. You're not really giving the defense a whole lot of chance to play by playing pickoff baseball. That's not where you're going to get your outs. The likeliness of you picking off a runner is not 0, but not higher than 50%, I'd say.
I don't think it's higher than 20.
I'd say less than that even. But work on the batter. Trust your defense. Go after the batter, just like this.
Hard hit ball collected by the shortstop Fieros, makes a good throw across the diamond, and just as the prophet David was saying, let your defense make a play, and that's what Fieros did, as that is the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And so after 4 innings, it is a 7-1 game in favor of the Crosby Cubs. And for Carter Longe and David Peterson, we'll be right back for the top of the 5th here on Game Day Media.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of premier, elite, and diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media, by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota.
The Bank of Tioga, with locations in Tioga and Crosby, North Dakota. Come and talk to us about all your financial needs. Whether it's agriculture, business, investments, or personal banking, we have the right product for you. Call our Tioga Bank at 701-664-3388 or our Crosby Bank at 701-965-6333 to discuss your needs with us. Ignite prosperity at the Bank of Tioga.
Born and raised amidst the small town love of Northwest North Dakota, we at Northwest Communications Cooperative understand the joy of being part of a great community. That's why we choose to pour back into the people who pour into us. At NCC, we offer internet, telephone, video, and security services that are industry standard, top of the line. Based in Ray, North Dakota, we consider Northwest North Dakota our neighborhood. Let us know how we can serve you. Local, fast, reliable. Making connections, locally committed.
Welcome back to the NCC Sports Desk here on Game Day Media. We're in Ray, North Dakota at Glenn E. Severson Memorial Field for a triangular, an American Legion triangular that is, between Tioga, Ray, and Crosby. We're in game number 2 here. Crosby leading 7-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Tristan Miller got things going there in the top of the 5th, and we just barely missed it there in the commercial break as we were kind of trying to figure out some of our substitutions. But Miller popped up the very first pitch, and it was in foul territory, and a pretty nice play there by the first baseman Hubble, arranging over to make the play. Now at the plate is number 23, Jaden Weathersby, the right fielder.
I think Rylan Fennell is over at first base currently. Looks like a number 8 on his back. Definitely Rylan Fennell, yes. Rylan Fennell is for sure at first base.
So another great mid-inning substitution from Crosby here to cause some more confusion for us. But obviously that's just part of the game, and we got to just catch up and quit complaining, I guess.
Jaden Weathersby struck out.
Went down swinging there. That's going to be strikeout number 6 on the day for David Bowling, and out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. I was about to say just top of the 5. That doesn't really quite make a whole lot of sense, but it'll work. I think people kind of get what I'm saying. Now at the plate, number 18, Jaron Ron. Ron, the left fielder, again, one of these very young players for the Patriots. First time up, he struck out. We'll see if maybe he can have some better success this time.
As the lights finally turn on here at Glenn E. Severson Memorial Field, it looks like the lights that are straight behind the dugout of the visiting Patriots on the third base line are pointing straight down to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know if they're supposed to do that. This one of the Ron is in the dirt. 3-1 count.
Kind of throws me off. I can hear the crack of the bat from the Ray Jays warming up over in the batting cage.
Must have been a 2-1 count because that one was in the dirt, and it was still just called a ball, not a walk, so must be up to 3-1 now.
It's like Game Day Media will have to invest in a nice set of binoculars.
And that one is swung on and missed. And so Jaron Round goes down swinging. 7th strikeout of the day for Damon Bowling, and that's going to end the top of the 5th right there. And so as we head to the bottom of 5, it's going to be Crosby at the plate once again. They already have a 6-run lead. Our score is 7-1 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. We'll be right back in a few.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of premier, elite, and diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota. Welcome back to the NCC Sports Desk here in Ray, North Dakota. My name is David Peterson alongside the GOAT, the play-by-play commentator for Game Day Media, Legion Baseball, Carter Longy.
Well, I'm not really sure I can be called that. I kind of got caught sleeping there. I didn't quite realize we were back from commercial break already. But here we are in the bottom of the fifth. It's Crosby back up to the plate once again. And starting things off for them here, it should be Braden Larson at the plate. Number 11, the second baseman. First couple times, he has struck out and grounded out a couple of times, so we'll see what he can maybe get going here this time. Once again, Crosby with a 7-1 lead on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. And we want to give another big shout out and thank you to all of our great sponsors, our premier sponsors, NCC, Tioga Medical Center, the Bank of Tioga, Tioga Ace Hardware, and also all of our elite sponsors as well, Nessa Consulting Services, Tioga Parts Supply, Roustabout Service and Insulating, and Game One. Also want to make sure to remind you once again to subscribe to Game Day Media on YouTube. You can find it by searching either Game Day Media or at Game Day Media ND. Also make sure to like Game Day Media on Facebook as well, so you can stay up to date on all things that are going on here at Game Day Media. And finally, of course, if you want to help out here in showcasing our Northwest North Dakota athletes, make sure you contact David or Randy Peterson to let them know that you're interested in joining Game Day Media, as Braden Larson grounded into an out there to third base, and Ashton Weathersby made the grab, fired it over to first. A little bit of a one-hop, but Casey Odegaard stuck with it, found the ball, and they made the out right there as the lineup will turn over for the Cubs. And coming back to the plate for the third time tonight will be number 1, Landon Hubble, the first baseman.
I believe that is Rylan Fennell.
Or, yeah, excuse me, yeah, I forgot that they had subbed that out last time. Fierros makes a diving grab. I don't know if the throw will be in tie. It is Fierros with a heck of a play.
Very nice
over
play
there at shortstop. And, again, my apologies there. Rylan Fennell was the batter there, not Landon Hubble, as he replaced him there in the top of the fifth just a few moments ago. And his first at-bat turns into a ground out on a nice play by Fierros.
Very nice play by James. You know, the Stanley high school product that come over, Stanley decided not to have a Legion team due to lack of players and maybe lack of interest. And kid wants to play baseball, so he was, I think, in the Legion ranks. You need to be released by your Legion group, Legion Auxiliary, and he was able to come to Tioga to play. And I think Tioga embraced him with open arms because they need kids, committed kids that are here to play all season long. And he's put on a good season thus far for him this season. So it's always nice to have friends and foes come together as teammates, as Casey Odegaard has done in the past, Uric Loveridge done in the past, making that 13-minute commute from Tioga to Ray to be able to play, just be able to play baseball.
At the plate for the Crosby Cubs, number 24, Tate Haugenow. Haugenow, the shortstop, 0 for 2 on the day. Count full right now on Haugenow. We'll see if maybe Tristan Miller can get out of the inning right here. Miller now delivers, and this one going to be down low in the dirt, so Haugenow will take first base for free as he walks to base number 1, and that's going to bring up, once again, number 23, Easton Eriksmoen, the catcher, who's reached base 3 times successfully today, a single, a double, and a walk so far.
Having a nice game. He's had a nice season. We've kind of doted on him quite a bit throughout this Legion baseball season. We've seen him a couple different times throughout the years, but a strong name, a strong kid, nice looking athlete for the Divide County Maroons up in Crosby.
Miller now sets and will deliver. This one going to be up high to Eriksmoen, moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike.
The Patriots, need to get their bats going if they want to make this a little bit of a game. They got to get the bats going, turn over some runs, put up a couple of crooked numbers. Just have to battle back as Tristan Miller's kind of come in for relief in the
Came in
second
beginning
inning.
of the third.
Beginning of the third inning, coming in for some relief for Ash Weathersby. Be kind of interesting to see how this next game plays out between the Tioga Patriots and the Ray Post 9 Legion team, as this one was rained out last week in Tioga and was suspended, which kind of the reason why they're starting this one at 10 o'clock is because it's already going to be the bottom of the third inning with one man on. The count is going to be 0-2, set to James Fierros.
As this one's popped up out of play and should keep our count full here, I believe.
So as we fast forward, we believe that will be a counter game for the official record for both teams, as the game was suspended last Monday night in Tioga due to rain. Be interesting to see. Tioga's missing a couple players as a line shot one hops the fence deep center field.
Yeah, so in Haugano is going to come around to score from third, I believe, and that he does. Now heading to third is Eriksmo, and he'll be in there safely as well. Probably going to be scored as a double, but able to advance to third there after the throw home to try and get Haugano, but not in time. So that's going to be another ace hardware run and pushes the lead out to, I believe it's either 8 or 9 to, or I think it's 8 to 0.
That's a
one,
play, that's happened a couple other times in this game. James has to just eat the ball and be able to, not allow Easton Eriksmo to advance on a thrower's. It's not an error, but it's not the right decision to make. You don't want to the run. You're conceding the run. He's already 3/4 of the way home.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you throw it, a smart baseball player is going to see that ball in the air, and you're going to take off 90 feet to third base and advance into scoring position. And again, a ill-advised throw from Tristan Miller over to Ash Weathersby, the third baseman, pulling him off the bag.
At the plate for the Crosby Post 75 Cubs is number 2, Damon Bowling, the pitcher. Swings and misses at that one. Let's see what he maybe Tristan Miller can maybe take care of him here. This one's swung on, put into play out into right field, and Jaden Weathersby ranging over, and it's not going to be there in time, but luckily for the Patriots, it's going to drop foul. Runner at third. 2 outs. Tioga trying to get out of this inning. Now a nice-looking breaking ball from Miller. Snagged by Weston Lallem. Toss over to first. Odiard reaches out, makes the grab, and that's going to be out number 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So as we head to the top of 6, our score is still at 8-1 on our Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. We'll be right back for the start of the top of the 6th inning right here on Game Day Media.
At Game Day Media, we are dedicated to promoting local athletes and local sports that captivate and inspire our North Dakota fan base. Our mission is to create unforgettable moments, connect people through shared experiences, and foster a sense of community. We strive to bring excitement and joy to enthusiasts while promoting values of teamwork, dedication, and fair play. Your sponsorship of Premier, Elite, and Diamond level packages will enable us to enhance the quality of our productions, expand our reach, and provide unparalleled coverage of various sporting activities and events. Your commitment to our cause has helped us invest in state-of-the-art equipment and improve the overall experience for our viewers and participants. If interested, please contact Randy Peterson at 701-641-1271 or David Peterson at 701-641-6030. Thank you for supporting Game Day Media by promoting and supporting high school athletics across Northwest North Dakota.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an